Hello everyone, hope you are doing fine. So I was thinking that we can in any kind of form, whether that is in login or in any kind of web form, and there is if there is a fill text box or anything you need to fill in, you can always tab and go to the next section and when you enter you just proceed or submit or login or sign up or whatever. But in Unity or in video games you cannot do it directly. So in this video I'll show you how to do it in Unity if you have any particular situation where you need to mimic a website. So let's go. So as you can see here, I have a setup where I can click on all the texts. I took a canvas and inside that I have a panel, and inside that there are few input fields, and I took TextMesh Pro input fields as these are better and customizable. So now I will create a new script that tabs control. I will name it tabs control. Let's open it. Before I proceed, this program is not just for this particular section I am using. You can use the same method and same script anywhere you want. This script is just a template. You can just copy exactly as is for exact setup, that is input field and buttons, and it will work anywhere. Now let's declare a list of game object and let's call it input fields, because these are bunch of input fields, and we are initializing with new. And we also take a button, and for button we need to be using the Unity engine.ui. Let's declare button and action button. As I said, we can do submission and whatnot using enter, and we can change the location of our active input fields using tab, as we usually do in websites. Let's set up our keys in the update method so we know when we pressed the tab button. Attach this script as a component of the form of the several input fields. It will always work only when that is active. That means when we only need it. Now when we tab, we'll need to identify that which object I am currently in. So we are using the current active object as indexing system, and we are using list instead of array, just so we can have different types of list object, not fixed. So what we do when we press tab is our input field dot current object, whatever input field we are currently in, and as we are using TextMesh Pro input fields, we will be using TM Pro namespace. And now get component TextMesh Pro dot active input field. That means whenever we press tab, whatever input field that we have in the list and the current object, that means that we have bunch of the input fields, among all them whichever index we have the input fields in, and we will need that to be active. This is a property of TextMesh Pro input field. Now what we will need to do is we will need to increase the current object's increment by 1, and we will need to make sure that we don't go out of bounds of the list. So we will need a condition. If the condition is greater than equal input fields dot count, then we can set the current active object to 0, that is we just rotate back to our first input field. Now for the action button, that is enter, we will need to set up as we did for the tab. As we know, we have two enter in our keyboard usually, that is numpad enter, which is keypad enter, and we also have return button, and we can invoke our action button, whatever action button is. As you can see, I need to reference the button, but I don't have the button, so I will create a button and simply just assign a task just to demonstrate on click event. You can also set whatever you want to do inside the code as add listener. So as you can see, by pressing the tab without moving the cursor, I can move around the text fields and write whatever I want. And if I press enter, oops, sorry, I think I made a mistake on the code. Let's see. Oh, okay, I said we need return, but I didn't type it. Anyway, this should be okay now. So whenever we press enter, whether from the keypad section or return button, we can always submit it as action, and you can literally use this same script anywhere you want for this same purpose. Maybe you have 100 input fields, doesn't matter, it should work. Anyway, that is all. Thank you very much, and remember, take care of yourself and the people around you. Goodbye.